All right, peoples. We're on to episode 3 of the Weird Icelandic Words series. And if you haven't seen the last 2 episodes, definitely check those out. I'll put a link up here and in the description and anywhere else that's possible, just so you can get a recap on some other words. Granted, they're not necessarily related to this episode, so it doesn't matter, but I want to bring you all of the interesting translations from Icelandic to English that I found to be funny and a little weird. If you're interested in hearing what the very interesting phrase I'm going to share with you today, make sure you subscribe. Just because, I mean, they're only going to get weirder at this point. I mean, we're in Iceland talking about Icelandic and weird words, so you just never know what's going to happen. So, okay. Let's jump into the phrase, which is tefla við páfann. Tefla við páfann, which translates to playing chess with the Pope. It's a very interesting phrase because when I first heard it, I was like, playing chess with the Pope. Okay, well, first off, Icelandic people are not historically Catholic, so why would they care about, some phrase with the Pope in it here? And then playing some strategic mind game with the Pope. It just, head scratcher. No idea what's going on here. But then it just kind of jumped off a cliff in terms of where this whole thing was going. And what Icelandic people are referring to when they say that they're playing chess with the Pope is that they're pooping. What? Just like the double what is necessary in this circumstance because it's so weird and so funny. And I don't think, if you're Catholic, I don't think that it has anything to do with trying to be disrespectful to the Pope or any of that jazz. Granted, I can't speak for Icelandic people, but that's not the impression that I got when the person told me about this. And in fact, it was one of Gunnar's friends who has even a little figurine of this. So it's just really random and bizarre. But at the same time, just it has to make you laugh because it's so out there. And when I asked why, again, similar to in the first episode, no one could explain why. They're just kind of like, it just kind of happened. Maybe someone just said it one time and people thought it was hilarious, so they just spread it by word of mouth and it just became a phrase for you're going to poop. So out there. I would love to hear what you think potentially this has to do with or why this came about. I mean, if you're Icelandic watching this, maybe you do have some insight that you could share. That'd be awesome. If you're not Icelandic and you just want to share in the comments what your thoughts are. Like I said, I don't think it comes from a disrespectful place, so let's not try and go there, but at the same time, it is, I think, something worth discussing. So let's do that in the comments section below. And if you're interested in learning more about Iceland, which is where I live, I host a podcast called All Things Iceland, and I'll have a link to it in the description box below. And I share a lot about the culture, language, history, I do interviews with fascinating Icelandic people and foreigners. So there's a whole lot of cool content that I'm putting out there in the podcast space. So feel free to check that out. There will be a link in the description box below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all those things that kind of keep us in the loop so you can make sure to get more of these weird Icelandic words or other videos that I'm putting out there for you to enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.